Perhaps you remember me. That's right. It's Deadman. The world, as you know, is in awful shape. And it's all because of the Death Stranding. The dead started to find their way into our midst, crossing over from the other side. We call these entities BTs, Beached Things. When they came into contact with the living, the result was instant annihilation. A void out, leaving nothing but a massive crater in its wake. But that was only the beginning. Strange rain fell from the sky, rapidly aging everything it touched. A phenomenon we came to know as timefall. Structures would rust and collapse, and people grew old in an instant. The world transformed into something completely unrecognizable. Those who survived these changes came to fear both timefall and BTs alike. They withdrew into the remaining cities, which in turn closed their doors to outsiders. People ceased to travel and stopped meeting in person. They grew distant from one another and became further isolated. The social, cultural, and political bonds between humans began to crumble. The Death Stranding was hastening humanity's extinction. Seeing this, Bridget Strand, the last president of the United States of America, founded Bridges, an organization committed to making America whole again and providing a future for all humankind. However, Bridget died before she could realize this ambition. It was you, Sam, who took up her cause and resolved to see it through. Sam, the humble porter, who also possessed the unique powers of a repatriate, the one and only person who could save humanity. So with Bridges' Cupid in hand, and accompanied by the bridge baby Lou, you embarked on a journey across North America. Of course, you had struggles of your own, often phasmophobia, or the fear of being touched. The despair of having lost everything was just too much. But despite it all, you strive to bring people together. By extending the chiral network across the length and breadth of the continent, you would enable the rebirth of the United States as the United Cities of America. You were also to rescue Bridget's daughter, Amelie, who had been taken captive by terrorists. These were the vital missions you were entrusted with, Sam. We, your friends at Bridges, did everything we could to support your efforts. There was our director, Di Hardman, a close associate of Bridget, who was dedicated to fulfilling her final wishes. His commitment to American Reconstructionism was absolute, and for that he was named the first president of the UCA. And of course, Sam, the incomparable Deadman, yours truly. I'd like to think we became the best of friends. As you may recall, I was born from an artificial womb, and over the course of my life was the recipient of numerous organ transplants. I've always got on with the dead. I used to be a coroner. Anyway, I pushed myself physically and mentally to help you and your BB, Lou. Mama and Lakna were twin sisters, as you may remember. Skilled scientists who developed the Cupid, which was essential for chiral network expansion. A personal tragedy caused the two of them to grow apart. But they've since reconciled, with both their souls residing in the same body. Hartman. Every 21 minutes his soul departs his physical form, and for 3 minutes his body is clinically dead. During this temporary death, his soul is sent to the beach. That's why he knows more about the beach and the Death Stranding than anyone else. His knowledge proved indispensable in the execution of your mission, Sam. Fragile, leader of the private delivery outfit Fragile Express. Exposure to timefall caused her entire body from the neck down to age significantly. It was the mark of a terrible betrayal. Higgs, a former comrade, used timefall as an instrument of torture, you see. To no surprise, Fragile was hell-bent on getting revenge. But after meeting you, Sam, she had a change of heart. As your friends, we would stop at nothing to see you succeed. But ultimately, crossing the continent was something you had to do on your own, with only Lou for company, and with no end to the forces that stood in opposition. Deadly BTs, unforgiving terrain and unpredictable weather, ruthless terrorists. The list goes on. Without a doubt, your greatest enemy was Higgs. Convinced that humanity deserved to go extinct, he kidnapped Amelie and tried to torment you and countless others. But neither he nor anything else could stop you from achieving your goal. The chiral network was finally completed. The bridge to the future was built, but your ordeal was not yet over. You had to learn the real nature of the Death Stranding, a secret that Amelie had kept hidden from us all this time, and a terrible truth you had to face. But you accepted this final revelation, Sam, and did what had to be done. America rose from the ashes as the UCA, and as the people celebrated your accomplishments, you carried out one final mission in secret, to save your BB, to save Lou. You removed the child from the pod that was their prison and began a new life together. And so it was that the two of you vanished without so much as a trace.
Me? I've always loved porters. Through freezing rain and biting wind, across rivers, mountains, and endless deserts, they come to deliver something priceless, a glimpse of a life I've never known. They're my window, my sole connection to the outside world, and I know they'll be back again today.
-61. Have I ever really loved someone? Do I deserve what I've got? Now the crazy system's turned into traps and the fear is switching sides. I own $1 million worth of stock, but I still won't sleep at night. What is it that I've become? -61. Now the water level rises high in my cold paradise, where men sit in circles and talk numbers I never really liked. The way they think of life as some kind of gamble and watch the city drown. Where is it that I belong? -61. Now the wind cuts the leaves like a knife and the sun is out of sight. I see the world I built to lose at the trial, what is left and what is right. I made the worst mistake one can make, pretending and playing blind. What is it I'm trying to find?
Okay, time to head home. feel that.
Pretty damn shaky.
Hey. Not bad, little porter. Not bad at all. Okay, Lou. Time for some nom-noms. Come on, open up. There you go. Who's there? Who are you? Fragile?
Were you cooking?
What are you doing here?
I've been looking for you.
Nothing's worrying me.
Wow. Lou's growing up fast. You two look good. Like a happy family. Here's a gift. The finest Carol printed diapers.
Thank God. How'd you track us down?
Your neighbor got hooked up to the Carol network. Service now extends to the whole region. I let myself in with this. You can use Carol printers now, too.
Guess it's time we thought about moving. Maybe further south. You know, I'm surprised you used the front door for once.
My jumping days are behind me. Overdoing it left me with some kind of syndrome. They call it jump shock.
You care for a drink?
Thank you, but no. I should get straight to the point.
Business, huh? I mean, for a moment there, I thought maybe you wanted to catch up.
I have a job for you. Take it, and that whole mess over how you left Bridges will be wiped from the record. You won't have to live in hiding anymore.
What about Lil?
That's a little more complicated. We're talking about a Bridges asset. You'll have to work it out. Sam, you brought America together. Helped it be reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid that Death Stranding is far from over. Humanity is still in danger. Still on the brink of extinction. Don't act like you don't see it. A lot of things changed after you went off on your own. Especially within the UCA. Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running. So your friends and co-workers all went their separate ways. And that's not all. Die Hartman is not the president of the UCA anymore. In case you're wondering who's handling distribution now, A Pass 4000 has revolutionized the whole process. It utilizes the chiral network to manage and carry out deliveries. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore. And no need for Fragile Express, of course. So after I closed up shop, I went and started a new group. One that handles work in regions outside the UCA. We decided to call ourselves Drawbridge. And we still require the services of human porters that can work outside the network. Preferably ones with dooms who can sense BTs. Sam, I'm asking you to go to Mexico. To extend the chiral network to the south. Just like you did when you went out west.
You're asking, or is this coming from the UCA?
Both. The UCA came to Drawbridge, and now I'm coming to you. So, what do you say?
Seriously, why me?
There are several reasons I thought of you for this job. Deadman, for one. He's currently working at a lab in southern Mexico. I don't know the details, but the research they're conducting there is important. Very important. And there are certain things he'd like to tell you in person.
Well, that was one reason. You got more?
I do. And this one's serious. There is some BT territory near that lab I mentioned. They monitor the chiralium levels, and recently, they've observed unusual activity. The cause is still unclear, but they seem to think there's a good chance a massive BT is headed their way. And if they're right, then I want you there, ready to kill it before it kills them. Don't forget, Sam. You were the first person in the world to ever take out a BT.
Guess that makes sense. But something's still bugging me.
What?
All this talk about extending the network into Mexico. Isn't the UCA basically expanding their territory? Taking control? Claiming it for their own?
Sam, it's not like that. They're not trying to take over the world. They just want to link up new areas with the chiral network. Like the internet before the Death Stranding. Public infrastructure to connect people. Which is why, instead of turning to an established government agency like Bridges, the UCA contracted a private organization, like ours, who then decided to employ the services of a freelancer like yourself. So please, Sam, won't you help us out? Chiralium contamination is severe. Some areas have it worse than anything you experienced back in the UCA. The timefall storms are growing more intense as well. And, as you can imagine, everything in their path is subject to temporal acceleration. Objects and structures degrade rapidly, while animals and humans grow old and frail in the blink of an eye. Timefall often precedes the appearance of BTs there too. So you should do everything you can to stay out of it as much as possible. There are many other dangers, though. The rivers can flood in an instant, and earthquakes happen daily. Mexico has no shortage of beached things. Spirits of the dead washed up from the other side were stranded there just like everywhere else. Any human corpse that hasn't been properly disposed of will become a BT. And any living human that comes into contact with a BT will get dragged into the depths of the tar. Giant BTs can and will emerge from the tar as well. And if they succeed in consuming a living human being, they'll trigger a void out, destroying everything nearby in a massive explosion. Several Mexican cities were wiped off the map in this way. The survivors have since become divided and isolated. As most people cannot see BTs, they live in fear of them, and that fear has made them too terrified to venture outside.
Not bad, little porter. Not bad at all. Okay, Lou. Time for some nom-noms.
Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy's feet are too big for his breath, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, falling.
Hey, not bad, little porter. Not bad at all.
And I said I didn't like the way he got things done.
Okay, Lou. Time for some nom-noms.
Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling.
No! No!
-61.
Yeah, all right.
So you'll do it?
Uh-huh. What about Lou, though? It's not like I can take my kid with me. If I do this, can you hold the fort for me while I'm gone? Play babysitter?
We're inside the network. There's a child care app I can use. It'll be fine. The lab is only a few days away. I promise he'll be back before you know it. Link up the region as you head south, and come home safe. We'll be waiting.
All right.
Go on. Slide it on your thumb.
Like a ring? Huh.
Try sticking your thumb out, like you're giving me a like. Access your ring terminal to view the map. From here you can check order details, as well as the cargo for delivery. Now then, let's review the mission that you'll be undertaking on behalf of Drawbridge. Your destination is a research lab in southern Mexico. When you arrive, you'll need to use the Cupid to connect it to the chiral network. Chiral communication utilizes the beach, where time barely passes. Using the Cupid in conjunction with the delivery terminal will allow us to initiate a zero-time massive data transmission. But because of the distance, it's not feasible to head straight to the lab to establish a connection. You'll need to use the way stations to extend network coverage until you're close enough to get the lab online. Your first stop is C1, Ciudad Nuda del Norte. Bring them a delivery and welcome them into the network. Improper corpse disposal remains a serious problem in Mexico. With every additional corpse that spawns a BT, the risk of a void out grows even higher. C1 in particular is struggling to handle this issue. But once they're online, we can give them the technology they need to address the situation. Why don't you take a look at the cargo you're carrying by opening the menu? You can access useful information about your deliveries via your ring terminal. To review the cargo currently in your possession, select Cargo Management. This is the cargo you'll need to deliver. Be sure to get it to its destination in one piece. It's an excellent idea to place the most important cargo in your backpack. We've given you some additional equipment. It can be carried in pouches or in special hooks, just like cargo. All these weapons can be used to incapacitate humans without killing them, so there is no need to worry about causing a void out. Be sure to weigh your various options as you load up. Return to the menu when everything looks good to go. Finally, before heading out, make sure to plot your delivery route. Return to the map. See your destination? There's a river you'll need to cross to get there. There are bandits in the area too. Armed groups that have attacked porters in the past. Think about what route you might take from your current location.
Commencing route creation.
When you plot a route on the map, you'll see what hazards you may run into along the way. You can face these challenges head-on, or try to find a way around them. How you get to your destination is up to you, but think it over before getting underway. Latest model Cupid. Just completed. We decided to put a hold on network expansion until it was ready to go. Like last time, you'll be using it to welcome people into a whole new world. It won't be any harder than before either. The Chiral network terminals are ready and waiting. Bridges saw to that. Emily's expedition split into two groups midway. The first continued west, while the second cut south into Mexico. But again, they were only able to lay the groundwork. Until you bring those terminals online with the Cupid, the network can't grow. Hungry?
No.
Oh. No more baby food for you.
Let you get fragile any trouble while I'm gone. Don't you break my kid.
Now who wants to eat?
Been a while since I held a gun. Not bad. Not bad. We're in enemy territory now. So far, so good.
Sam.
You're here to bring us onto the chiral network, right? Ah, that's a relief. We'll be able to dispose of corpses properly once you've got us online. That'll be one less thing for our residents to worry about. Anyway, I believe you have some cargo for... I realize it could not have been easy to come all this way. But you would never know it by looking at this stuff. Thank you. Didn't think you'd go to such lengths on our behalf. We really can't thank you enough. It's just like everyone says. You're a man that people can rely on. Okay, use your Cupid to bring us online. The chiral gateway you brought us should allow us to establish a connection between Mexico and the UCA. And with state-of-the-art tech at our disposal, we can finally solve a lot of our problems.
Chiral network coverage successfully expanded. Commencing data collection. Now displaying your current porter grade. Porter grade increased. Congratulations.
Chiral network connection confirmed. And now we can begin fabricating the latest corpse disposal equipment. Until recently, we've been dealing with our dead by burying them in tar, but... we should be okay moving forward. I really can't thank you enough. You must be exhausted after your long journey. We've prepared a private room for your exclusive use. There are countless dangers in these parts. You should rest until you're fully recovered. Don't push on until you're ready. Please, stay here before you set out again. Well, our corpse disposal problem is no longer an issue thanks to you. But there's nothing we can do. Fear of BTs and damage from... And let's not forget, but so long as we remain connected to the net, you brought us more than a good... As I mentioned before, unfortunately, we took it too... in trying to prevent the... And with the constant timefall in the vicinity, all these problems have contributed to... But thanks to the chiral network... Thank you again. I'll get started right... By the time you wake up, it should be good to go. I hope I can...
Welcome, Sam. Please relax and enjoy your stay.
Are you alright? If you're worried about Lou, don't be. I'll admit, this stuff is pretty new to me, but the app has been a big help. Figuring out why a baby's crying, getting the milk just warm enough. It's had the perfect advice for every situation.
Hi.
So, how does it feel to be back in the saddle?
Works same as it ever was. It's the first time I've been away from Lou.
We're fine. Trust me. Just focus on the road, okay?
Yeah.
Blood volume and stamina at optimal levels. No irregularities detected at this time. for use.